Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, on this episode of the Bullet Points, we are going to dive into what's happening against John Cornyn, Senator from Texas. Now, if you guys are familiar with that name, it should ring a bell. He was all the buzz when he was dealing with the bipartisan gun control deal that just passed in the Senate about 2 months ago. He was the one that was in charge on the GOP side. He decided what Chris Murphy and the other Democrats were going to get. Not nothing, but he was the one to decide where to meet in the middle. And he is reaping a whirlwind from his constituents back in Texas. There is a long line of accelerating actions that are going against John Cornyn, and by the time he's up for re-election, this is not going to be a good look for him. Now, if you guys recall, we're going to go through everything starting in June when he got booed at a GOP convention, and then I'm going to keep you up to date what's happening right now. Now, if you are new, we are always looking to earn that subscription, so if you think that we are bringing material that is helpful to further the Second Amendment, please consider subscribing because we want to earn that subscription, as I said, to get as many people in the fold and information out as quickly as possible, and thank you for your consideration. Now, as I mentioned earlier this week, we have a new sponsor returning, SDI. This is one of the best sponsors on this channel because they're consistent and they're always looking to give you the best education possible. And say a quick word from them, and then we're going to hit it hard on the other side and what's going on with poor little John Cornyn. Now, I know a lot of you out there like to repair and upgrade your own guns. If you're looking for a way to take your hobby to the next level, Sonoran Desert Institute can help. The online programs at SDI cover armor courses, gunsmithing, ballistics, woodworking and finishes, shooting sports management, and more. Plus, tools and materials are shipped to your door for hands-on training directly to your location. There's never been a better time to get an education you actually use, so what are you waiting for? There's a link in the description box below for you to find out more, and thank you again to SDI for being a returning sponsor. But let me catch you up, guys. What's happening? Every about 2 weeks, John Cornyn is getting worse and worse news in retribution for his actions on the gun control deal. John Cornyn, top Republican negotiator on gun package, booed at Texas GOP convention. That was on June 17th. We covered it on this channel. So what's happened since then? Well, we got the first county to censure him, and now more are lining up. Check this out. Breaking. Harrison County GOP censures Senator John Cornyn. The Harrison County GOP becomes the first county to censure John Cornyn for his gun bill as well as some other grievances. Now, this happened on July 7th. Like I said, every about 2 to 3 weeks, he's getting some more bad news, and it's keep on happening. And this week is no exception, because I got something else for you. So here's what happened in actually the Harrison County censuring of John Cornyn, and then I'm going to show you how that ties into the next one that happened yesterday. Hallsville, Texas. The Harrison County GOP voted on July 7th to censure U.S. Senator John Cornyn for his recent involvement in passing gun control legislation, talking about the red flag funding bill that they put to the Senate. The vote passed 14-0 with 2 people absent. The vote was conducted by the County Executive Committee, which consists of Harrison County's precinct chairs and county chair. Cornyn has recently garnered backlash from many conservatives within the Republican Party for negotiating with Democrats on the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act of 2022 and was booed at the Texas Republican State Convention held the 16th to the 18th of July. Now, we know about that, but listen to what happened and how they built this in, because this is important. Harrison County GOP Chairman Lee Lester told the Texas Horn that, quote, the people of Texas elected Cornyn to represent their beliefs in Washington. Wow, representative government. He's actually onto something. When he goes against what he was sent to do, what do you do? An employer that has an employee that does the opposite of what their job description is would not be tolerated. Cornyn was hired by Republicans in Texas, not the Democrats, to represent our interests. That is very well said and couldn't be simpler. If you're not doing what we told you to go and do because you represent the people, not yourself, Cornyn, you're going to be held to account for that. And this is pretty good. Chairman Lester also informed the Texas Horn that the Harrison County GOP followed Rule 44. Keep that in mind, Rule 44. Of the Texas GOP explicitly and allowed Senator Cornyn a 14-day period to speak before the committee, per Rule 44, to answer questions on, quote, what we believe violates the platform of the Republican Party of Texas. Rule 44 of the Republican Party of Texas provides the guidelines for censuring, and that's what they went for in the next county. This is Cornyn County, okay? Cornyn County GOP censures Cornyn. Grassroots frustration with U.S. Senator John Cornyn has been simmering for years. This happened yesterday on August 2nd, and listen to what they did. They're going the same playbook, and they're not going to be the last one. Grassroots representative of the Cornyn County Republican Party censured U.S. Senator John Cornyn, the senior senator from Texas, for violating several of the party's principles. In a near unanimous vote, that's the second county with a near unanimous vote, on Monday night, members of the Collin County GOP Executive Committee, made up of locally elected precinct chairs, passed a resolution of censure under Rule 44 of the Republican Party of Texas. There's Rule 44 again. They're all lining up from the same approach. And listen to what they actually said with this resolution. The censure resolution, authored by Precinct Chair Stephen Callis, lists multiple grievances against Cornyn's recent voting record, not just gun control, all of his voting record, and calls for his immediate resignation from the U.S. Senate for his faithlessness to our party and our principles. Get out of that job position. This is picking up steam. Quote, over the 20 years he served in the Senate, John Cornyn has moved further and further away from the Republican voters and has become a reliable vote for Chamber of Commerce interests. Roy Joy, a Republican Party precinct chair in Plano, told Texas Scorecard. So it's not just the gun control. The gun control was a straw that broke the camel's back. Check it out. They even say that exact quote here. Quote, his vote undermining our right to keep and bear arms is the, quote, straw that broke the camel's back. But the grassroots frustration with him has been simmering for years. We identified no fewer than 7 Republican Party of Texas principles he has violated in the current Congress. Quote, the time has come for a new Republican U.S. Senator to represent Texas alongside Ted Cruz, Joy added. Ted Cruz is in good graces. John Cornyn is getting censured across the board because he infringed upon the people's right to keep and bear arms. That is a big straw that broke the camel's back, but he's also been a RINO for a while. It's coming home to roost, and that's why I wanted to cover this. You've got momentum in Texas picking up against the RINO representative in the Senate for Texas, but support growing for the conservative, the one who recognizes Second Amendment rights. Ted Cruz is good, John Cornyn is bad. Across the entire country, you are seeing a refusal and a kickback of RINOs to not be accepted anymore, and that's what we're starting to see here. And that's what the important part is. The Texas people in this case are fed up with John Cornyn, and they're starting to take action. And it won't be long until this little snowball turns into a big snowball rolling downhill. And you can take that to the bank because the people of Texas are fed up, just like the American people are across the board. That's what I've got for you. Let me know what you think in the comments field below, and I will see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. I'm Braden. See you later.